Blog Talk Radio.
Here we go. Blast off.
This is True Capitalist Radio. True Capitalist Radio.
I am your host, the man they call Ghost.
The badass of business.
Give him capitalism or give him death.
That's it. Period.
Broadcasting from his Skyline office studios in beautiful downtown Austin, Texas.
You sound fruitier than a box of Fruit Loops, for Christ's sake.
And now, he'll take it from here. Your host, the prognosticator of prognosticators, the man they call Ghost.
Tuning in with me to another edition of True Capitalist Radio. And, of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank you very much for tuning in with me. This is episode number 118. That's 118 for all the simplistic Nimrods that really can't understand what I'm talking about. And, moreover, you're witnessing right now that there is no chat, all right? There is no chat as it relates to the broadcast today because we got a lot of imbecilic, lamer jerk dicks that are out here just continuously scrolling on the chat room and preventing those that want to conduct a decent chat from having one. And moreover, I've been getting reports that it's making people's computers crash. So we're going to try to go as long as we can without the chat room. And we may lose listeners. I know we may lose listeners, but then again, just when you least expect it, I may throw in a chat or two. I may just go ahead and open it up while everybody's just thinking that the chat's going. I may just open the goddamn thing up. You never know. Anyway, if you want to get back to me, the easiest way to get back to me is send me a tweet, all right? If you don't know my Twitter account by now, then you're a Nimrod. But it's Ghost Politics. All one word, no underscores, all right? Ghost Politics. All right, give me a tweet. Let me know what's going on with you, all right? Maybe I'll give you a shout-out. Maybe not, all right? Anyway, folks, if you've been looking at the markets, we've been seeing positivity, folks. I am excited. As you can see, I'm giddy. I'm giddy, for Christ's sake. And the reason that I'm giddy, folks, is because you're looking at the positivity numbers in the equities markets out here. I know that the Wall Street wannabe reporter bozos want to claim that it's because of the anticipation of Greece. But let me tell you what it's really about. It's about these positive real estate numbers that we got in today. For the folks that don't know, real estate prices, according to reports, have actually risen. When the experts and the analysts were actually expecting a decline. So that fueled actual interest back in the equities markets. It proves that, hey, what Ghost has been prognosticating all along, that what we were seeing here within the first beginning of the year into the spring is an economic retraction because of the high energy prices. They were holding back. You know it and I know it, folks. Just take a look at the stores, all right? Meats are all of a sudden not as prominent anymore. I'm talking about good cuts of meat, grade A meats, all right? Beef, to be technical about it, beef. You take a look at restaurants and the lack of continuity of patronage. There's a lot of factors out here that basically one observer could signify as the economic contraction within the past 4 to 5 months. But I prognosticated this, all right? I prognosticated this. Moreover, I said that it would possibly even extend into the summer months. But lo and behold, folks, we're seeing a lot of different factors come into play. First of all, we're seeing that the middle class, or what's left of the middle class, thanks to the destruction of it by the liberal regime in power. But the middle class was saving. as opposed to going out and spending. And we saw it in the numbers of the corporations as they released it throughout the past quarter. I mean, we saw Walmart, Target, the Gap, these types of corporations that are basically driven towards the general mass populous retail sector, they posted negative numbers. And the reason they posted negative numbers is because the consumer wasn't out there. They had to somehow figure out their balance books, because they're not going to do another 2008, or at least those that are still capitalists, those that are still working folk, they're not going to do another 2008. So they're balancing their books. And lo and behold, they're actually taking advantage of saving on certain extracurricular activities, saving on certain extravagant items, so on and so forth. And this is what we saw here from January up until May. Now, what we're seeing here in the summer is those people who saved, they're actually going out and spending again, all right? They're going out and spending. They're going out there taking trips. We're seeing some decreases in the petroleum prices. Remember, back in April, we saw $118 a barrel WTI sweet crude. I mean, that not only relayed in the price at the gasoline pump, but it also relayed in the price of everything we paid for, ass clowns. I mean, don't you understand that when a producer produces something, whether it's crops, whether it's a product, they've got to take it from point A to point B, point B being your little retail sector out there that you guys like to go and shop, and that takes gas. And the WTI sweet crude level, that's why I'm always, when I'm running down the numbers of the markets, I'm always putting that as a point of emphasis, folks, because it should be. And for the folks that are in Europe and Asia, the fans that are listening in, you should be listening to the Brent crude. Brent crude oil signifies the pains at the pumps in those parts of the world, folks. This is not a joke. Anyway, I'm getting off keister here. The reason I'm so giddy is if you look at the markets, I mean, good God. I mean, what was I saying last week when everybody was running scared like a bunch of four-eyed, freckle-faced, red-headed, beaten stepchildren? What was I saying? I was saying this is a perfect time to bottom feed. Wasn't I saying that? Wasn't I saying? As a matter of fact, you can go back to the archive, blogtalkradio.com/ghost. All right, that's where we have all the on-demand episodes for all you nipple clamp loving, butt plug up the ass looking milky lickers. If you haven't had your fix of True Capitalist Radio, well, that's where you can get it. But I have prognosticated this, folks, and let me tell you, it is coming to pass. And let me tell you, if you would have just bottom-fed last week, you'd be making money this week. All right? You understand? Because last week we saw Dow Jones, what, about 11,000? I think we even saw it dip down to, what, 11,008, 11,007? I don't know, but the bottom line is I bottom-fed, baby. I went out there when everybody was getting out of the market. I was going into the market. And what happened? Just in a week's time, I've made I don't know how many percentage on my goddamn money, baby. It's good to be a capitalist. Woo! As a matter of fact, I've got some leftover brew from the weekend beach little trip that I took out to my property out there, folks, and I'm drinking some of this. What I said yesterday was something called Catalina. But I, obviously a little inebriated yesterday. And, of course, you got to be over 21 if you want to drink anything, folks. But, of course, if you live in a country where, that law doesn't pertain, well, I guess, whatever your law of the land is. But this was not called Catalina. Catalina is a goddamn city in Puerto Rico or something. No, this is called Cantina. Cantina. How original. But it's called Cantina. Anyway, it looked pretty attractive. I like trying new libations, folks. I know there's a lot of ass clowns out there that like to claim that I'm some kind of a alcoholic of sorts. I'm a connoisseur. I'm a connoisseur, and I think everybody needs to penetrate that in their little thick noggins, all right? That's the bottom line. I mean, you penetrate that to your damn, thick noggins, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean? Anyway, let me go ahead and continue going. All right, let me start going through the markets. Anyway, before we get to the markets, by all means, man, please retweet the broadcast. All right, everybody, please retweet the broadcast, spread it around like wildfire. And moreover, if you want a shout out, if you want a shout out, just give me a tweet right now. Ghost Politics, all one word, no underscores. All right, Ghost Politics is the name. If you ain't following me by now, well, by God, figure out a way. All right, Jesus Lord. Anyway, let me see who's been tweeting. Has anybody been tweeting there, engineer? Yeah, we got a couple of people, actually, who've tweeted. I wanted to say what's up to Rubica Lou. He's tweeted up. What's going on? Who else we got? We got, let me see. We got Tara Dickov. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a horrible name, but, he actually tweeted something. Dick Burns actually tweeted something. He also wanted me to give a shout out to Ben Frazier. What's going on? Who else we got going on? Anybody else? All right, we got a couple other people. We got T-Po. What's going on? We got Philip McChuff. Are you kidding me? We got Alt Disco. What's going on? Who else? I'm not saying that silly name, for Christ's sake. Reese's Pieces, what's going on? I'm a paramonster. All right, what else we got? What else we got going on over here? Any other ones so we can get going with the markets here? All right, well, we got a couple of them. Joey Buchanan, what's up? Some idiot that's using the engineer. Get out of here! Anyway, that's about enough. These idiots are starting to get jerky with the names. Look at these ridiculous names. Look at these stupid names. Look at them. You actually take the time to actually make these freaking names for Christ. And look at this crap. Look at it. It's just disgusting. The aborted fetus, for heaven's sake. Bleh. Oh, yeah, that's real cute. All right, that's real cute. Texas sucks. Yeah, shut up, all right? Let me tell you something right now. We're going to talk about Texas later on in the program. And I've been getting a lot of flack for this, but let me tell you, the United States would be a hell of a lot better, all right? And I'm going to repeat this once again. It would be a great day, a great goddamn day in American history when we see a Texan in the White House. And let me tell you something, the United States would be a lot better off for it, and the international community would embrace it, whether they liked it or not. That's what we need. We need a goddamn Texan in the White House. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let me get to the markets here. I'm getting off keister. Dow Jones Industrials, folks, like I've been saying, I bottom fed last week. I'm capitalizing this week. And that's what it's about, capitalism, baby. It is up 145.13 points today. That's an increase of 1.21% on your goddamn money, baby. Woo! I'm loving it, baby. I'm a capitalist. That's how it is. S&P 500 closes up on the upside, 16.57 points. All right? That's 1.29% increase on your goddamn money, baby. Oh, I forgot to tell them what you closed out at. That's right. Dow Jones Industrials closes out today at 12,188.70 points. S&P 500 closes out today at 1296.67 points. Major increases. And look, the NASDAQ, market bulls look like they're taking control of the NASDAQ as for where I'm standing. I think that there could be some major short-term gains to be made in this particular sector out here. So just keep your eyeballs out for any potential players that could make some significant, news, significant earnings posts, significant merger and acquisition deals in this particular NASDAQ sector. And for all you folks that don't know, NASDAQ is comprised of the crux of the tech companies that we know and love out here. So anyway, let me get through it. Where were we? Where are we, engineer? I've lost my place. Oh, I got it. All right. NASDAQ, once again, up 41.03 points. Can you believe this crap? Good God. My portfolio has got a considerable amount of tech stock. And, that's a place I have bottom fed amongst a whole array of different other places. So, you know how it is. It has increased 1.53%. All right? That's 1.53% today on your goddamn money, baby. As a matter of fact, I am worldwide. For all the folks that don't know, I got tens of thousands of listeners throughout the world.